Because of cerebral palsy, how does the condition come about? Or let's explain what the condition is and when or how it comes about.
Okay, so when we say cerebral palsy, and I cast cerebral palsy, there are two words, okay. Cerebral and palsy. So the cerebral stands for anything that has to do with the brain. Okay. And palsy is usually weakness in any part of the body. Oh, okay. So defining it, we say cerebral palsy is a condition that, or an umbrella term for a group of conditions that causes a child to have weakness in a part of the body from brain injury, which happens either when the child is in the stomach, during birth, or during delivery, or if the first few years of the child's life.
Really?
Yes. So that is what we call cerebral palsy.
I used to always think, say, you know, in the formative years of Akran, while in the stomach, and it happens. But I mean, from what you're saying, and then it means that even through birth it can happen.
Exactly.
And even
in the first few years of the child's life,
which becomes very critical.
Exactly.
Very, very critical. Then it means we need to look at this condition. You know, ebia yeni obia yeni babia otesa, but yeni mobia otesa. And for us as a society, I think say education no ewo from kakra. So we tend to think it is either, you know, spiritual and you did something wrong. Exactly. and way. Tell me, what is the best way to manage such a child? So
medically, we have various ways to manage the child. So if the child, usually the cerebral palsy, you know, usually omunya problems for in addition to tibiana they may have problems. I was telling Leonie this morning that they could have problems like seizures. Okay. Or winya seizures. So those ones are different. So usually we manage them medically depending on their presenting complaint. So if the child is coming with an extra, an additional problem like seizures and other issues, they are managed. Then afterwards, or even from the very beginning, they are also get rehabilitation or habilitation from physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language therapy. And it's a whole multidisciplinary team approach.
See that.
So there are so many people coming in. It's not just these team. These team actually work directly with the child. Yes. Physio no yen role ne say yebe boama akola ne timi akeka ne ho. Movement obetimi atenase obetimi anante akọ baby obetimi akeka ne ho. Osifo no be specializing in occupation, functional activities to say how to make sure the child is able to feed themselves, groom, toileting, and all those things. Speech and language, like the name suggests, will ensure that the child is able to communicate irrespective of the means. So it might not be verbal, it might not be... So if the child is unable to communicate verbally, there are other alternatives like sign language and other things. So the experts will come together, we put our heads together, and then we manage the child. Also, the management does not end there. Management it's record senior work in society. Area, neighborhood, the family, your church members, because all the stigma attached to this condition, it takes a toll on the quality of life of the children or the individuals. And if Sufi say in Kolana more side to be honest, yes. So as they grow as adults, they have needs that you and I will need as an adult. They should be able to have easy access to education, to jobs, to public transport, public facilities, and all of that. So management is a very big...
It's a holistic approach.
And then it also involves the families as well. So sometimes you need experts of psychologists, you know, because it takes a toll on the family.